What is up, ya bad Larrys? It's ya boy, Daily Tactics here, and we are back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod. Today we find ourselves on the desert planet of Ryloth here. And today, the droid army is invading a small little research facility over here that is owned by the Republic currently. As you can see, it's got some satellites in it, it's got some machinery. I don't know exactly the goings-on here, but it's obviously an important piece of land for the Republic to hold on to because it's currently being guarded by Obi Wan Kenobi right here and his boy, Commander Cody. I always do that. I always say General Cody. Maybe because that's a YouTuber I know and am friends with, but you know. So either way, they have a long defensive system here. First of all, they've got these bad Larrys here within the facility itself. Then they have this large outside defensive area here with probably 100 clone troopers, and then they've got more clone troopers who have sallied forth out here to take on the droid army at a head. The droids have 4 AATs as well as 4 droid spiders and 4 super battle droids, as well as an array of different weapons for their infantry troopers. The clone troopers don't have any tanks, but they do have more troopers than the droids do, so they do have that distinct advantage going for them. The 212th boys out here looking strong, ready to take them on. But wait, there's more. There is a droid flanking force behind them. Not very many. 4 squads of, let's see, 16. So really only like 60 or so troopers that are going to be attacking from the rear here against a few hundred clone troopers up here, but the clones also are going to have to deal with the main force over there. So a little bit of a dynamic thing going on here with this battle. I think it should be really exciting to see. I was considering making this a trilogy and doing some more Ryloth battles after this. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys would be interested in seeing more Ryloth battles in a trilogy format. But without further ado, I will be right back and we can get this started. 1 second. Alright boys, let's get this shindig started here. We're going to go ahead and press that start button, and the clones should begin sallying forth, and the droids should be responding with an attack of their own. Looks like we have a few runners amongst the droids, which if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know it sort of means that the... actually, we got quite a number of droids running forward. It means that the enemy will just absolutely just tear it up and sprint forward, not stop to fire or anything like that. It's basically that they're just doing suicide stuff. I stopped the majority of them. A few are still charging forward. We'll just say they're the suicidal droid units, but the clones are beginning to fire. The droids are beginning to fire at the clones in response. We're seeing explosions going off as the AATs pour on some fire from their main cannons. We're also seeing the droid spiders fire into the clone troopers here. They're taking quite a bit of damage, in fact, and but they're still playing. They're still getting that fire out, which is key. As long as they don't become completely suppressed, they still stand a fighting chance here. And we are seeing droids go down because of clone fire, which is great. This right side over here seems to be staying alive much longer than the left side was. And I think that's just because they were sort of hidden over here and the droids hadn't really noticed them for a bit of time, and now that they did start firing more rapidly at the droids responded with fire of their own. These guys over here now are just sort of hiding in pretty good positions, although that AAT is just shredding them up. They're sort of, you know, ducking under cover behind these boulders, behind this cliff wall, and behind this little hill here. They realize sort of that if you come out too far, you will be destroyed, so they're waiting for the droids to get nice and close like these guys are, and then they hit them with everything they've got. So a very viable strategy, I think. And it looks like actually clone troopers from over here didn't really come forward at all. They just sort of stuck to this tree line here. They were supposed to... Oh, and there's a bunch right here actually just hugging this mountain. They were supposed to come and join their brothers over there, but instead they chose to stick around over here. That could have seriously actually hurt the initial battle here for the clone troopers because they were expecting those forces, and that would have actually like doubled their forces. Either way, one of the AATs going down in a fiery explosion there, that's going to help out the clones quite a bit. Also, it looks like the flankers are finally starting to come up really far and join into the battle here, and they're hitting those clone troopers who were sort of hiding and waiting for the droids to get nice and close with everything they've got now, dislodging these troopers. Oh, we're seeing some grenade warfare. You guys know I love to see some grenade warfare. which is just absolutely great. Still the surviving clones over here, though few and far between, they're still putting up a decent fight here. They're going to go down to the last man, and that last man is this dude here, and he's still grenading and still getting some good shots out, but he does end up going down and dying, not before hitting him with the old 1-2 punch. Another AAT has come forward here towards the forest side over this way, which seems to be rocked by some explosive fire. Trees are down, clones are down, it's not looking too good. These guys are all just sort of like hugging the side of the mountain here, trying to camouflage themselves into the side and then maybe hit them with the kapuya from the flank if they walk too close. Either way, the flankers are coming in and sort of joining the remainder of the droid defense over here. Finally, droid offense. Finally, the clones from this sort of lip in the hill are starting to shoot at some of the flankers and some of the main force of droids over here. Though I think the AAT actually just hit him with an absolute unit of a shot, and it did, and we're just seeing these guys going down. Absolutely. I mean, it's quite clear that the clones lost this first engagement, as we see the droids roll over their dead bodies and whatnot. But the clones, you have to remember, they still have all of this back here. They still have all of this in here. This defense is strong and long, and it rhymes, so there's that. But it's clear that it's going to take the droids a while before they're going to be able to claim victory here. So, wait, why did you guys blow up over here? What on earth was that? Okay, whatever. So the clones still have a very nice fighting chance here and could easily still take the W, even if the beginning of the battle was a complete disaster. We're actually seeing some droids choosing to come up this mountainside over here. They're getting gunned down pretty heartily, but as we can see, it's very, very close to this unit of clones down there. So they just need to pop one little grenade down there, and they could take out like 8-10 guys right smack there. There's also still a few clones left alive over here on the lip of this hill, which is good to see because I like to see the clones being sort of scattered out in their defenses and still managing to stay alive in particular places. It just sort of adds to the battle a little bit when they're all spread out in various regions. I'm trying to get a nice screenshot of this guy shooting his rocket. It could be cool for a thumbnail for the video, but he's not firing. Come on, dude. There you go. All right, we'll see if that ends up in the thumbnail. He died right after I got the screenshot there. So he did his duty for the video and for daily tactics. But yeah, it's not going too well for the droids up here. They're just actually completely shuffling their army up that way, and the clones are able to just completely butcher them with hundreds of laser fire all at once. The droids are getting very little shots of their own off from up here. Maybe if they were doing a little bit more damage, they could sustain this sort of an attack, but at the moment it seems like they're just getting absolutely butchered. A few guys are sort of cresting around the base of the hill. I think if they pushed out this way, they'd have a better time than going up on this choke point again and again, firing from up there, but I mean, I can't tell them what to do. Actually, they did manage to kill all of these guys right here. These clones were rather easy targets from their sort of upper position up there. They did have the high ground, if you will. And they're getting a few kills here and there over this way, but it's, like I said, pretty few and far between. They need to really either fully commit up here, which actually they're starting to do a little bit, and they're starting to rush more men through that choke point, or the better tactic, I think, would be to send a lot more troopers over to the right side over here and have a simultaneous attack going, which they're doing a tiny bit, but not enough to be effective, let's be honest here. At the very least, we're still continuing to see some deaths from the clone troopers, so we know that the droids are at least continuing this battle nicely. I love how the clones all have their weapons like sort of facing upwards. It's a little weird, like they're shooting at aircraft or something like that, but no, they're just shooting at this massive hill over here. And they're doing a great job, honestly. They're keeping up the fire here. They're suppressing the droids, and they themselves are not getting suppressed, which is a key to putting up a defensive. The minute your units start to get fully suppressed, you're just dunzo. It's no good. No bueno. These guys way back here, actually, can't even fire. The droids are so far away that their weapons don't have the appropriate reach for it. And it doesn't look like they have any snipers in their possession over here, so they're not able to really gun them down over there. These guys over here, though, are just barely in range from what it seems. Actually, a few guys in the Clone Trooper army has some DC-15Xs here, which, as we know, are just absolute beasts of weapons. The legendary 55 managed to get 55 kills in one battle. This guy's got 8. We have yet to really see someone beat 55's record, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there goes the DC-15X guy. I could have checked out how many kills he had if he hadn't died. But it does seem like the droids are getting a better grip on this hill position. I think the key to that was spreading out their troopers along the ridge of it and, you know, not concentrating their force all in one place, which they still were doing slightly, but they definitely spread it out, which I think resulted in a few more clone kills. And now they're starting to come over and be a bit more of a dominant force over here. Not to say the clones aren't still getting some good fire onto them. They'll probably still peg a few more droids here and there, but it's not enough fire that they dominate this hill anymore. Now the droids definitely have it. And you can actually see the markings, the laser markings on the ground here where the droids have missed and overshot or undershot, which is kind of funny. Either way, there are still a good number of clones left alive over here. Most of them unable to fire quite yet because they're still out of range. But once they do get activated, they will surely get some more kills, which will be cool to see. There was another DC-15X trooper over here, so I would like to see how many kills he has. He has 9, so again, this weapon proving to be an absolute beast. The only real drawback of it is that it only has like 4 or 5 rounds in the clip, so maybe it's like 7 actually, I don't know. But you gotta reload it constantly, which is kind of a bad thing. If you're at a distance, it's perfectly fine, you know, that's not really that big of a drawback. But if you're getting close with the enemy, having to reload every few seconds is just an absolute pain. But the droids are now really fully taking control of this hillside, which is huge because now they have the high ground. Obi Wan would be so proud. And they're also sending troopers off to the right, so they're spreading their force out, like I said in the beginning, that they should be doing. So I imagine the droids will start being a bit more effective here. And it looks like these guys guarding the initial gate position over here are starting to fall pretty badly, especially these ones over here. And I think that is a result of the high ground being utilized so well by the droids at this point. One clone with a bazooka tries to take out a number of droids over there, but just gets absolutely gunned down. And these guys way back here are starting to finally fire at these droids, being able to have the range now on their weapons to hit some of them, and hopefully they'll end up getting a few kills. It seems like they are getting a few, but I have a feeling that they're going to be very, very suppressed during the majority of this battle from now on. The droids have a very dominant position, and I think this position for the clone troopers will be overrun shortly, and the droids are just going to manage to start attacking this area, which still has high hopes for defense because it's a huge choke point there. So I'm excited to see what the droids do about that. They might not be able to pull the victory off, especially since they don't have as many troopers as they started with, though they still have a fairly hefty amount of troopers. The tanks are derping around over here for the droids, clearly not getting the scope of the battle here. I'm sure those tanks would have helped during these battles, but instead, they were derping around, and they left it pretty much up to the infantry for the droids, which is actually handling it not too horribly. I gotta say, they're doing a good job. We got a machine gunner over here, rattling off a few shots and then getting suppressed every so often. But at least he's keeping up the fire. He's also chilling with his DC-15A friend. So maybe we'll see some more kills from these guys. Let's see if they have any yet. This guy's got 4, and this guy's got none. But 4 is not bad, actually, for a single clone trooper. This guy's only got his pistol. I mean, he's got a rocket launcher, but the droids just probably aren't close enough to use it. And then we got one little dude over here who has no kills, but that's okay. So we've got small resistance happening over here from the clones. Really not many. Oh, our DC-15X trooper is still alive. He got 10 kills, but he's chosen instead now to sort of take cover here and not risk his life by popping up. Maybe he's waiting for the droids to sort of get in his wheelhouse over here, and he can do a little bit of a flanking motion with his weapon. That could work if he chose to do that. Some of the clones actually within the defensive position over here are starting to get sort of into the battle here, and they're starting to round off with their weapons, which is good to see. These guys have ultimately a way better position than a lot of the guys on the outside had. They've got the choke point with them, they've got more cover, and they've got more troopers condensed together. Wow, that guy got a shot off and then got immediately domed. He actually had one of those shotgun weapons, which probably was pretty effective in this situation, so I imagine he got a number of kills. Some clones up here on this hillside, gunning down some droids below them. Looks like they've got some DC-15As with scopes on them and a DC-15C. Maybe if they had snipers in that position, it would be legendary, but no snipers were assigned to that spot, so instead they've got to roll with what they've got, which I'm sure, I mean, we're seeing it's being fairly effective. They've gotten a number of droid kills over here, but man, if they had a sniper, that would be a legendary position. The other really, really nice thing about this compound is it's got this tiny little lip here, which might not seem like much, but it stops the attackers from really firing into the compound. They have to go over this lip in order to shoot at the enemy, so that is going to play super well into the clone trooper defense over here. Real quick, before we get into that, let's check out who we got left over here. Still, the DC-15X snipers over here. He has not been discovered for a while, and this rocket trooper is still over here. Maybe they'll get some flanking shots on the enemy, or maybe they won't be used for the rest of the battle. They were under a lot of fire from the beginning, so I'm not going to risk their lives for a petty kill or something like that. Either way, the droids are sort of taking a slow roll into this next assault here. Probably a pretty smart idea. Don't rush into it. Sort of let the clones have their minute here to sort of regroup, and they'll do the same. They'll sort of like wait until they have a situation where they'll have an opening and they can go in. Why is this guy not dying? I think he's just behind the wall enough that the hitbox of the wall sort of covers him just fine, which is kind of funny. But yeah, the main part of the droid force is actually still way back here. Can you guys not get off the hill or something? Wait, I want to just see. Oh, they have to go all the way back. Let's just get these guys off the hill because they're derping around right now. Come on, guys. Off the hill. You've had your fun. Now get back in the battle. There you go. All right. And like usual, I'll do that. I know you guys don't like it when I sort of command the enemy, but it was kind of a necessity there. The AI was being mad derpy, and that can be very obnoxious. Droids are actually going down quite a bit over here at this choke point. They're having a lot of trouble sort of getting through. Wow, that would have been such a grenade, but someone knocked it out of the way. They did finally manage to get that rocket trooper who was just hugging that wall there. They're getting a few shots off on these clones as they sort of crest over that lip, but not enough to do a ton of damage. This guy's also getting a lot of kills over here, I think. I mean, he's annihilated a few droids. There aren't too many droids off to the left over here. I think maybe if they sent more troopers this way and attacked from more of a frontal position here, they'd be better off than sort of rounding this corner and getting shot at in an even worse choke point than over here. But they're gonna do what they want. No one said the droids were very intelligent. I don't think anyone's ever complimented battle droids for being intelligent. They're a bit of a dur army. Yeah, look at that. They're just getting roasted now. My goodness. These clones are just having a field day. This is it, man. This is it. Obi Wan and Commander Cody up here. Just sort of watching the clones have their fun. Not too bad at all. Oh, man. Yeah, so, I'll take this moment to sort of talk about some things that are going on with the channel. If you didn't know it, I started a channel a while back called Daily Productions, where it's on the main part of my channel, actually, if you want to go check it out. But I initially started it because I wanted to post some various things that I don't normally get to post on the main channel, like sort of like analysis videos, essay videos, those types of things, or like some you laugh, you lose videos. But I think I'm going to start posting a lot more alternative content there. Maybe things like Ravenfield, Ancient Warfare 3, like just sort of some odds and ends that don't really fit into the sort of aesthetic of Daily Tactics, because I want Daily Tactics to remain primarily Star Wars and serious videos, you know, like works that I'm like super proud of and I want to reach a wide audience with. Not that I wouldn't be proud of the videos I make on this sort of second channel here, but I do want Daily Tactics to be sort of a haven for the best of the best, as well as like Star Wars content and things like that. So I do have that sort of second channel going on now. If you want some more content for me or whatever, some loose odds and ends, maybe it'll also be a place where I just sort of test out content and see if it's viable for a video format, see that sort of a thing. Also, we see a dwarf spider coming up. That could totally change the game here if this thing gets into an optimal position to fire down on the clones. We'll just have to wait and see, though. Surprised it actually finally managed to get over here. The rest of the tanks certainly haven't. And beyond that, still cruising with Rico's brigade. Season 2 is coming to a close pretty soon. I think last season was, what, 25, 26 episodes? And we're on episode 18, 19 of Season 2. And I've got sort of the end game, like, a little bit figured out here. And I know what I want to do with it. Oh, here we go. This could be huge. Unless it's taken out very easily because it's not firing. Why do you do this, dwarf spider? Maybe it's out of ammo, actually. Maybe it had like just that tiny little bit of clip left and then it had to reload. It does take a while for these things to reload. But if it takes too much more damage, it is going down. That's for sure. It's taking a lot of heat right now. It's not firing at all. Is it out of ammo? Is that... No, it's still good. Let's see what it does. It's actually moving forward now a little bit. Oh, it's firing a little bit more. It takes out some of the guys over there on the right. If the clones had a bazooka in here, that would be legendary, but they don't, which I think is hurting them quite a bit. This dwarf spider's a bit of a derp. Small arms can take it out, so it's only a matter of time. Oh, that droid tried to optimize, or sort of take advantage of the situation, though it didn't quite succeed. This dwarf spider is lasting a long time. Kind of surprised, honestly. It's just sort of sitting there, sort of having a good time. You wanna like do something? AI is so stupid in this game. Jeez Louise. Is it actually reloading now? Like what's the deal? Let's see. No, it's just being stupid. Bruh. What on earth? It like killed a few guys over here. And the clones aren't able to really kill it either, and it's not killing them. Oh, a couple more droids trying to you know, take advantage of this situation, but not managing to. The clones are at least still watching this corner over here. This is fascinating. What? Usually these things die at this amount of shots getting hit on it. I don't know. Yeah, regardless, I do have sort of a plot line of the next few episodes of Rico's Brigade sort of figured out. Like, I think I know what I'm doing with it. Of course, that is always susceptible to change based on fan responses, if I get better ideas, things like that. But I think you guys are in for a treat for the end of Season 2. I'm pretty excited about what's going to sort of come with that. I think it'll be really, really cool. I probably should have added a few Twi'leks to this video. I think that would have been cool. A lot of people, including Captain Rex, who is infamous for commenting on all my videos, have been sort of asking for that sort of like native population to come in and join in the battles, but I always either forget or I can't use them because they sometimes like glitch out the game. They're not the most optimized of the units. Wow, okay, we're just gonna call this thing dead because it is dead. It should be, at the very least. That thing absorbs so many bullets. The battle droids, okay. They're not utilizing their armies super well. So first of all, they've got like an entire squad way back here on the hills. We'll just bring them forward. They've got all these guys over here hugging this hill too. So we'll bring them forward. Actually, they have like half their army hugging that hill. Then they got all these guys against this wall who just suddenly were like, okay, we're just going to go in. We're just going to go for it, and half of them die. That was a strategy. Yeah, like all of these guys are just sort of chilling back here. Why aren't you moving forward? Come on, guys. I want to see a battle, not you guys sit around. And then we got like all these stragglers way back here too. Not to mention their tanks are just not doing anything. We'll try and bring them forward. I don't know if it's gonna happen though. And we got like a few odds. Oh no, these are clones still. I forgot. On the minimap, they're still just chilling back here. They're watching from a distance. All right, now we've got a full sort of droid offensive going on here, and they're actually managing to get some of the kills. See what happens when you actually like use your forces instead of sitting behind rocks? I mean, it's ridiculous, but they are starting to sort of enter into this fortress now. The clones, if they could get one grenade off in there, I'm telling you, it'd be a game changer, but the droids grenade them instead, and they get the kills. Now it's up to Obi Wan and Commander Cody up here to be sort of the final defensive type of a deal. Let's trickle in a few droids just so the droids know they're up there, because I don't know if they know. And we'll see. I think this is going to be a loss for the Republic. I mean, the droids had so many troopers left over. I think it was kind of makes sense that the Republic ends up losing this at the end, because they themselves didn't end up doing that well in this battle. I honestly don't think I helped the droids that much. I literally just sent the units that they were being really freaking stupid about forward, and you know, in situations like that, I get criticized so much in the comment section, and I am positive I will get criticized in this comment section about it. But when things like that happen, you have to understand the AI is just being absolutely stupid, and if you don't sort of correct what the AI is doing, they'll just continue to be stupid like that. Like, you have never seen an actual army sit and stare at rocks like these guys are doing. Like, I know you guys don't like it when I interfere, but sometimes when it comes to things like that where they're just literally sitting here and looking at some rocks, you gotta send them forward. I mean, come on. Either way, another whole squad of droids are coming forward over here now. Commander Cody and Obi Wan. Oh, Commander Cody goes down. Obi Wan's chilling here. A few grenades went off. Cody has to run out of the way from a thermal detonator there. He's getting shot though. Pretty bad. He's chopping up a few droids here, actually getting a number of kills, but he's getting headshotted now. Oh, lightsaber battles in this mod are just the worst. He's just getting absolutely annihilated there. He does end up going down. So the droids do end up winning this battle. We've got, wait, oh no, wait, the sniper over here ended up dying at some point, but the rocket trooper's still alive, and he's got 2 kills now. When did he get those kills? I don't know. Let's try and run him out of here. Maybe he can hide in this cave, or not cave, but a crater over here. See if the droids notice. I don't think they did. Nice job, man. Nice job. Okay, so he can hide in that crater. The droids didn't notice. Maybe he can go get reinforcements or whatever. Let me know if you guys want to see more episodes of this, you know, sort of Battle of Ryloth thing we got going on here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment and subscribe if you did. Check me out on all my other platforms, my alternate account, Daily Productions, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Discord, my Overtone, my Steam group. All those fun links are in the description. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, feel free to do that as well. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll see y'all later. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.